Never in my life have I met somebody so toxic. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but this by far exceeded anything I could have ever imagined. Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Rachel. I'm back! I haven't made a video in a while. I took quite an extensive break. Like right when I was getting started too. I was going through something and I didn't realize how negatively that it was impacting me and my life and, God hell, my mental health. Today I want to share with you the roller coaster that I've been on these past few months. Whew! There's a lot to unpack with this. So instead of trying to cram everything into one video and then, you know, I've decided I'm gonna make a trilogy. No, really, I'm gonna make a trilogy out of this. Usually, I make videos about my disaster dates with boys. Oh, but this is a little different. So welcome to part 1 of Disaster Dates Roommate Edition. As y'all know, I was living in Yantian when I first moved to China in 2018. I was making the commute from the east side of Shenzhen all the way to the west side of Shenzhen to play volleyball like once a week or bi-weekly. At volleyball, there was this queen named Jorge. So I met Jorge there and we got on like butter on toast. We had a really good time playing volleyball together and it blossomed into a nice friendship. When I got my new job in February of the following year, I was set to move down to the Shekou area where I live now. It just so happened that it timed perfectly with when Jorge was going to switch apartments. So we decided, well, why don't we move in together? We can get a bigger space for the both of us. So we did, and the apartment I'm in now is the one that we found. We ended up doing everything together. We became such good friends and I really valued our friendship, especially because we both respected each other's boundaries. We all know with roommates, boundaries are such an important thing and it's a very important conversation to have. We were very respectful of each other. And so that's why it worked out as well as it did. A little bit later, Jorge meets this fellow in Hong Kong and they are like white on rice immediately. And he starts commuting to Hong Kong, which is right there. I see you. So close. It's so far. So he's commuting to Hong Kong every single weekend, and it's typically from Thursday to Monday. Really, he's never around anymore, which I was sad about at first, and then I realized, wow, that I actually appreciate the space that I have. Fast forward to 2020, my job is going so well. I get this promotion. I'm just back from vacation. Everything is going fabulously. It's fabulous. It's amazing. And then in April, just a few weeks later, everything comes crumbling down. Jorge decides, I'm gonna go visit my boyfriends in Hong Kong. And this is when everything's kind of up in the air with China and the coronavirus. And I've told him, maybe you should wait, like give it a couple days because everything here is so unpredictable. The rules change like that. Literally overnight, rules can change. And that's exactly what happened. He goes and he's like, no, I'm gonna go do the 2-week quarantine with my boyfriend and then I'm gonna come back. And he did. 5 days into the quarantine, that's when China's rules hit like that. And China announced that everyone has 48 hours until the borders close. And Jorge's like, fuck! I'm not gonna say I told you so, but so as he is stuck in Hong Kong, my company implodes. They decide they want to move up to Beijing. I don't want to move up to Beijing. My entire job would have changed. So I tell them my decision and they respect that. And they don't cancel my visa, which is amazing. So I now have all of this time off. And I decided, okay, China adventure's done. I'm gonna go home when my visa's set to expire. And it's gonna be fine. It'll be great. I have a really good friend here, Drake. Drake is tall, dark, handsome. He knows it. The ladies know it. He knows the ladies know. And he tries to be all humble about it, but you know Drake. Anyways, no, he's a fabulous guy and I really appreciate him. And I'm glad we got to kind of go through this together. So we're going to F45. We meet this girl there and we're gonna call this girl Karen. My first impression of Karen was, let's just say I wasn't impressed. And I say this because, have you ever seen those people or those videos of people in the gym screaming during their workouts? That's what she did. She would be doing a pull-up or picking up a weight, and then all you would hear is, "Wah! Ah! Ha!" Are you okay, miss? So I wasn't too fond of that. But yeah, just not somebody that I would want to spend my free time with. Karen befriends us. She comes up and she starts talking to us. And I come to learn that she only started talking to us because of Drake. He's a pretty boy. So fast forward a couple days, Drake asks me to dinner. And I was like, yeah, okay. And as I'm walking up there, I see that Drake is sat with Karen outside on this patio of a restaurant. And I was like, ooh, okay. So I sit down with them and we're making jokes, and then I just look dead in their faces and I warn her, look, you don't want to go down this road. You don't want to go down the Drake route. And then even Drake said, yeah, no, you don't want to go down this road. And she just laughed it off like,
challenge accepted.
So fast forward again, she and I start to hang out as well. I'm assuming, I don't remember if she was on summer break because she's a teacher or if she was in between jobs. I can't remember, but I just remember that we got to hang out a lot because neither of us had work to go to at the time. When she and I started to hang out more frequently, every single one of my girlfriends pulled me aside at some point and warned me about her and said, you don't want to go down this route. You don't want to go down the Karen road. And I said, like, she hasn't done anything to me to make me think poorly of her. So I can't really judge a book by whatever. Oh boy, I should have. You listen to those warnings, people. Listen to your friends. One of my good friends, Tatiana, we're getting our nails done and she's like, do not do it. My good friend, so Tatiana's friend, Sharon, was best friends with Karen. They all had their little friend group and Sharon was dating a guy, I'm gonna call him Dave. So Sharon and Dave are dating. Karen is the best friend, third wheels with them, does everything together. And then it comes to light that Karen has been sleeping with Dave behind Sharon's back for a very long time. It broke Sharon. Sharon moved back to the States, broke up with her boyfriend, broke up with Karen, as you know, you can break up with friends. So when Tatiana told me this, I was like, well, I'm not dating anybody. Literally the first thing that came to mind was, I'm not dating anybody, that won't happen. Stay tuned for part 2 on that one. Foreshadowing! So all of my friends are giving me these warnings saying like she is slimy, she's very sneaky, don't trust her. And then I don't know, I felt bad for judging her for what she's done in the past because she hasn't done anything to me. That very naive mindset to have at that moment in time, knowing what was to come. Keep that in mind. This one day we decide to go get a coffee and we go get a coffee at the Kudo Cafe. That's where I found my darling precious girl Kudo. We go up to this coffee shop and this woman is there and she has this tiny puppy. Looks like a raggedy doll. So because of the coronavirus, this clinic shut down and they let all of the animals out onto the street and this dog was one of them and I found this puppy. She was 2 months old. She just looked so sad because hello, she'd just been abandoned. And then I really started to think, because in China, when COVID really started to hit here and there wasn't a lot of information going around, there was a big, let's say unconfirmed rumor that your pets would give you COVID. So people were believing this. They were throwing their animals out of the skyrise windows of their apartments. In the mornings, before the cleaners were up, you would be able to see kittens and cats and dogs that had just been thrown out of the windows lying there now on the sidewalk. And I hope that I never have to experience something like that ever again. I came in for a coffee and I'm about to leave with a dog. I can't get a dog, I can't get a dog. I got a dog. Best decision of my life. So then we all start going to the beach together because Drake also has 2 dogs. Karen has a dog. So we were like, let's just all go to the beach. So we go to the beach frequently with all of our dogs and I start seeing some red flags immediately because this is where like the Karen power moves start to come in. She would never allow me to sit in the front seat. She'd always like run up to the car and get it and be like, okay, Rachel, let me just like throw my stuff back there with you. This is getting a bit weird. But it wasn't a big enough issue for me to bring up, so I didn't say anything. Drake caught on to it and he was like, We didn't say anything and it was okay. Then we started also having movie nights at Drake's place. There was also another power move where she wouldn't allow me to sit on the couch with them. And Drake would be like, no, come sit up on the couch. And she'd be like, there's not enough room. Like, it's just gonna be so uncomfortable. I'm good down here with the pups. Like, I got a beanbag, I'm cool. So that was just like, wasn't big enough for me to bring up, so I didn't say anything again. I don't know, things just like started to get weird. It all happened really fast, and the friendship happened really fast. It was probably a bit more than 2 weeks. So I just remember, I get a call from Jorge. He says, it's not looking good. You're gonna need to look for a new apartment. Like, if I can't come back within the next few months, I don't wanna continue paying rent. Absolutely understandable. Like, if he can't come back, why would he pay rent for a place he's not in? I was like, damn. So we're all on a night out, me, Karen, and Drake. And I guess I mentioned it at some point, I don't remember. And then the next day, knock on the door and she texts me, she's like, hey, I'm here. So I go to my door and I answered it, and she's like, I'm gonna need you to go downstairs for the rest of my bags. There's a guy down there, but he needs help. You said that you needed someone to move in and that I'd be perfect for it. So like, I'm here, hello, and I was like, well, here we go, okay. And holy shit, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but this exceeded anything I could have ever imagined. Whew. So that's how it started. Stay tuned for part 2, because like that's where shit hits the fan. Hits the fan. Like that, yeah. Trying to get my YouTube up and started again, so please like this video, hit the little subscribe button, show it a little bit of loving, and you follow my account. That'd be great. All right, I'll see y'all later.